Alrighty, on to the next one. Tonight, Season 24, ESEA Open. We've got nothing overly gay in the Favela Cartel. Two of the best team names I could find on the schedule today, so should be a good one, as nothing overly gay is actually 6-0. Favela Cartel slightly behind at 4-3, but they'll be hoping to give nothing overly gay their first loss of the season. We'll see how exactly lucky they are, as their roster is made up of Prototype, Electric, Rasta, Andrew, and Chaos. Over the side of nothing overly gay, we've got Slump, Rainman, Garbage Can IRL, Not Fun, and Demon Hunter. The Rainman's going to be the first player to take damage, and Prototype got chipped away ever so slightly. It's going to be a heavy A-hit over here to the side of Favela Cartel. They do lose the first player, but Chaos trades it back immediately. Demon Hunter's on the rotate to go up there and stop this bomb plant. Let me turn the X-ray on. Don't even know why that was off in the first place, but Rasta picks himself up another. It's going to put man advantage in the hands of Favela Cartel. HP's a little weak and Slump takes out a player at full health, but Rasta answers back with a second. It's going to be 2v2. The bomb is down. Nothing overly gay is going to have to get on this quick, though, as they do not have a defusal kit. Andrew, actually only 10 HP, managed to pick one off, but it's answered back quite quickly by Garbage Can, who's now the sole remaining player, and he gets dinged from afar with a Glock. And he'll go down for his troubles. Favela Cartel, they start things off quite strong. They're going to invest in this immediately, no hesitation whatsoever. 3 UMPs, an MP7. Rasta, are you going to stick on that Glock? Something tells me you're not. He's going to pick himself up a MAC-10. Although, interestingly enough, over on the side of nothing overly gay, Rainman, who must have picked himself up a few kills, he's got a UMP. The rest of this team has bought up some upgraded pistols and some armor, and a couple of grenades for maybe a nade stack or two, but it's going to be a fast B-hit. Slump throws out that flashbang, which actually does work. He spots the player out and narrowly gets it. He's heavily tagged up. Slump gets himself up another one somehow before Rasta puts him down. And there's going to be a 2v3 now for Favela Cartel. Not exactly what they expected. Nothing overly gay needs to go salvage some of these UMPs they have, but Andrew's holding up close, spotting out towards Broken Wall, and the bomb is over there as well, so definitely the advantage over in nothing overly gay's hands at the moment. Demon Hunter peeking over by Fountain, waiting for the other player to cross over behind box, and looks away at the wrong moment. That would have been a great little view for him. Andrew flicks over, takes out Not Fun. There's the player holding behind Broken Wall. Rainman still has that UMP, though. He's firing away, but he almost goes down. He does, in fact, go down, as Demon Hunter trades out with Andrew. So it's going to be a 1v1 now. Demon Hunter 16 HP, but he has the bomb close, so Electric is going to have to play around him. Spots at the player, though. Does get it. And Favela Cartel, they pick up the round. A bit of money in their pockets on a few players, those SMGs, but they lose most of it as they have to reinvest in this round. It looks like they're going to pick up an AK over on Chaos, a P90 on Rasta, and just a Soul Tech 9. I think a weapon may have been dropped for him. No, he's going to be going onto just a Tech 9 buy in the third round. That hurts. That has got to sting a little. And Chaos is going to get team flashed, not once, but twice, as he pushes up middle and takes a bullet in the head from Nafun, who's holding up close. Garbage Can picks up a second as well, and Rainman is in the position to flank right now. Let's see if he's the one. Oh, can he get it? Fires away, finishes off Andrew. Electric is going to answer that back, though, as he has flanked up through connector, but it's only him and Rasta right now. Rasta actually has rotated the bomb all the way around. He's just hoping for a plant now. Let's get on Rasta cam. He's ducking himself behind Fountain right now. Putting it on down. Now with nothing but a P90 in his hands. And some utility, which, Rasta, you might want to use right now. You may want to have thrown one of those smokes before you tucked yourself away in the corner. They check it, though, pre-fire it, and Rasta goes down. Rasta! You had some utility. You heard him coming. Before you even heard him coming, you chuck that smoke over into doors, make him maybe rotate through drop-down. Stall him out, or throw it on drop down, make him gush through doors, hold up close. They probably would have checked that as well, but hey, match is paused. Maybe a player has actually Rasta. Yeah, okay, there we go. I think this is why Rasta didn't get off a single bullet that round, is because he apparently is having some technical difficulties, as he has dropped out of the server. But even though he was not having technical difficulties until, at least it seemed, he tucked himself into that corner. Throw that smoke, you hear the players coming, And that's about the time that I'd imagine he probably had some issues, couldn't throw some flashes once they were holding him close, and, well, nothing overly gay, got their first round up on the board, and we're going to be sitting here twiddling our thumbs for a moment as we wait for one or two of these players to come back in the server, so I'm going to throw it back to music. And, wait, one player's back. Slump. Slump, are you there? Might not throw it to music immediately. What I can do is point out that Rain Man is holding on to that UMP they had 4-spot last round. And Nafun actually picked up an AK. So immediately some money saved and nothing overly gay. Their money is quite decent for having only won one round and losing the 2 for the minor loss bonus they had. So played quite well. They read the rotation perfectly. They just couldn't have expected Rasta to go back over with the bomb on the very hard and dedicated A hit they had. And interestingly enough, Rain Man, maybe this was bought last round, maybe an accidental buy, but he's picked himself up a Zeus. I want to see the Zeus get loose. Rap God. Yep, lesson learned. Should have gone to music. This is what happens during match pauses. The spin bot is in full effect. Interesting that AutoDirector actually changes players in pause time. Just a side note. I think in the future I might actually stop being lazy and go to the VODs and edit these match pauses out. Especially when I have nothing to say, like at the moment when there's nothing really to talk about because we're only going into the 4th round. Maybe I'll do that tonight. If you can hear this, I didn't. But possibly in the future. But Slump is back! Celebrations and confetti. It shall be thrown. Yes, maybe we can get this match going again. It's been such a difficult time tonight trying to find a match to cast, just randomly. Just players don't want to show up, teams just don't show up at all. Say it was a scheduling issue. I see 10 players on the server, but one happens to be a coach, and it's a 5v4, so all sorts of issues tonight. But here we go. We're going live. Nothing overly gay, with their first mostly full buy. A couple salvage weapons from the previous round. And Favela Cartel on a couple armors and upgraded pistols. So they're going to have their first split of the match, as 3 of those players go into drop down, actually fully blind. That was brave. Andrew gets the first opening frag, though. Very quick double tap on Demon Hunter's face with that Tech 9. They're actually going to do a nice little split push here. We're going to take a look over at Slump, get to him just in time as he gets the first frag, but he's answered back very quickly by Prototype. He's going to back off, and once again, on the backup pistols, they've done some work, and they haven't been able to scavenge up any of those weapons they had yet. They do have some utility, though, that'll slow down, I believe that is Garbage Can, from pushing up into heaven. Nafa, no, enters on in, gets a frag onto Chaos, throws a Molotov in the back, that'll be handy, and actually does not go down to Prototype, who had almost a free kill lined up, and gets the kill on that. Garbage Can's going to get the 3rd, and they're going to win themselves a 2nd round. Evening the top, and that was Rain Man Zeus, which apparently he didn't want to hold on to for the next round because he would just use that randomly. Favela Cartel, though, with the money saved up on that one player with the Tech 9 and the rest of the money in the pockets of the other players, they'll be able to buy into this, and we'll see our first full bot gun round of the match. Looks like a bit of a split so far for Favela Cartel, as one player's going over towards B, probably going to make some noise as the other 4 players headed over towards the A site. Looks like it's going to be a hot flash in log for him and his teammate, but nobody home at the moment, as these 2 players of the CT side holding a bit far back. Rain Man's going to toss down a molly that'll actually push them back, perfectly timed. It's going to rotate them over towards long. Meanwhile, Electric making some noise over in drop down. But it does look like Slump is going to be the first point of... Whoa, somehow Electric actually pushed in there and got a kill on drop down just as I switched away. Impressive. But Slump was going to be the first point of contact, but now Favela Cartel with that kill at drop Maybe they want to rotate. Maybe they just want Electric to kind of make some more noise as a player is rotating over. This is Rain Man, who's going towards it. Electric is actually down next to Electric Box. But Prototype, he is on in there. Molotov comes up into heaven. Prototype finishes off the damage. Rain Man tries to put some bullets down, but Slump, meanwhile, gets a double kill before he's put down. Electric sneaks out of his lurk position at E-Box, gets the frag on Nafon. Beautiful teamwork right there, and excellent timing. Favela Cartel answer it right back, pull themselves into the lead yet again. Nothing overly gay though, they do have the money to buy up into this round, but they'll have decent utility. Favela Cartel though, will we see an AWP from you guys? I don't believe so. Instead, it'll be an MP7 in the hands of Chaos, and he'll chuck a decoy out at spawn just to make my minimap even harder to read. Thanks, bud. Love you, fam. Nothing overly gay, though. They have the auto shotty, which is holding down a drop down at the moment. But they are moving out fast with almost the full stack. Garbage Can's going to answer it back, though. Andrew gets the refrag. Nafun gets one of his own, and Andrew finishes up the damage done to Nafun, but there's still one player holding up close at drop. And he is waiting. It's a 3v3 at the moment. Molotov everywhere. It's Demon Hunter peeks in, gets the auto shotty headshot. Good stuff right there, but the damage done to Favela Cartel is so major. But somehow does not go down. Andrew eagles the players back up, but their HP is so low. Slump gets the first kill, and Rain Man picks up the second. That'll be nothing overly gay, bringing us back into a even match. Some interesting back and forths going on right now. I'm kind of curious at that play. They didn't enter drop down nearly early enough for Favela Cartel, as they had already piled 3 players in, so the rotations were immediately coming in, and they had 2 players stacked up on pizza right next to tree, and that was just like instant damage, instant headshots, instant 2 kills before I believe it was Andrew that answered that back. Just a little note for you guys if you watch this VOD back. And actually, they're playing a little bit aggressive over on the Nothing Overly Gay side. 1 kill, a lot of damage done to the other 2 players, but can't secure it. But they did spot the bomb, so the rotation is going to come in from Nothing Overly Gay, and looks like Favela Cartel know that as they are backing down long, back towards their spawn. Going to tuck themselves away in this corner, and leave one to lurk there while the bomb does rotate back towards mid. It's a very wise play, but Nothing Overly Gay actually didn't commit to it fully as the bomb and the other players had backed off. They know it and they go back, spread themselves out. Garbage Can, under drop, and who is that? That's Nafun, holding back by tower, but Slump goes down. Electric opens up the A-bomb site again. That is going to make things very difficult to spread out the numbers. Nothing Overly Gay does what they can, and caught with a molly in hand, Demon Hunter's going to go down. So even numbers yet again in this round. Looks like some Molotov or some flashbangs are going to come out. I think one of those may be a smoke for... Yes, that. Smoke for pizza. Molotov does come down a little bit late by Garbage Can, and he does get the kill, though. It looked like he was going to lose that battle for sure. Raza does go down. Chaos is at least going to get the bomb planted. So it's a 2v3. HP is absolutely abysmal, but can they bring this back into their hands? Not fun. Peeks to the corner, gets the frag, and they do know where the second player is. He's going to tuck himself around behind boxes. There's no player on the flank, so he can stall for time now. The bomb is planted for him. They're going to tap it. Andrew peeks it, and Demon Hunter puts him down, as I believe that was Garbage who was defusing that, and he stuck it. They were body blocking for sure. Favela Cartel, you could force into this, and I assume you're going to, as it is ESEA open. And that's just how you play these rounds, back and forth and back and forth. As you can see right here, it's pretty much Favela's turn to win a round. So, Force Buy did come through, 4 Tech 9s, AP250, and 3 sets of armor. Rain Man gets tagged for only 4 damage as he peeks that mid, and notices that 3 players have rotated themselves over towards the Dragon Lore Hall, as I like to call it. So they are going to shuffle some players over by Nothing Overly Gay over towards the B site. Tuck 2 over by drop down on either side, which is going to be very handy as 3 players are going to come in soon through this. They spot the player's shoulder as he ducks away. Prototype gets the kill. He's down at 1 HP. And they're going to do a nice little A-split right now as the bomb is tucking through connector. They're checking all the angles they can. They spot out the player. Electra goes into 5 HP. He gets his kill. So it's going to be a 3v5 retake. HP is not great on Favela Cartel, but you know what? They don't have any rifles except for that one that Electric salvaged. Prototype's going to go down. That one bullet ended his life. And this is still an achievable round for Nothing Overly Gay, but they got to act soon. They do have defuse kits. Spot out the head of the player, flicks down, Nafun gets the frag, spots out the second one, gets that as well, and make that a triple. Nafun making it look easy and clean. There is one player alive, however. Can he get up there in time? Currently trying to get Garbage, but Garbage is going to have this aim be true, as Tech 9 was not the weapon of choice for that battle. Nothing Overly Gay going to extend their round lead by 2 as they go 5-3. However, we finally see an AWP come out and tossed over towards, it looks like, Prototype. AK buys on the rest of the players, and actually the second AWP, so one for each team. Why not? Make things even. Slump is going to pick one. He does have a good spawn right now, but he's not going to go mid. Looks like it's going to be a pretty heavy stack towards B from the T side. Interestingly enough, where the AWP, would be useful over at long A or mid doors. But Nothing Overly Gay, they seem to have a good read on this, as they have stacked 4 players over there, and the 5th is actually holding it doors for long. And Slump is going to get the first frag. Takes out the AWP of Prototype. Just caught the shoulder right there. See what happens here. 2 players entering into boost, or drop down. Maybe a boost to come through. At least that's what I'd expect. So they can hear the footsteps of those players moving back towards Dragonlore. Garbage Can, a little indecisive of his position right now, but tucking himself in front of Broken Wall would actually be a decent idea. Looks like a flashbang's going to come in from Electric down to drop down. Second guesses himself. And right now, 55 seconds left in the round. They're going to want to pick up that bomb and make a decision soon. I believe there's a smoke to come through, and a Molotov, which extinguishes in the smoke he just threw. Electric, please. What are you doing? Well, going to switch out to the AK, and Electric is going to die as soon as he pushes the drop down. Ross is going to run through some smoke, get tagged onto 44, and get flashbanged. And Molotovs. You know what? Just the trifecta. Chaos does get a kill in all of that mess, but Nothing Overly Gay. They're starting to look very strong and put themselves up to 6-3. I have a lot to question about the previous round for Favela Cartel, but I'd really have to go back and look at the VOD and yell at like anywhere between like 2 to 4 players. Just a lot of mess. First off, you stacked B completely. You didn't have anyone over at A to look for any aggression, which there was a peak that you could have got a kill on, but you know what? There's the peak again. He's done this 2 or 3 rounds in a row now. Rain Man always peaks that. And once again, Favela Cartel have stacked up 5 players on ramp, doors mid. They're finally splitting off now, but they have no eyes on B, which lets up for any sort of aggression, any sort of boost and drop down. And they only have pistols, so this is a round that you would want to stack something, but just one player. And Peek's going to come in through Mandrew. It's going to be punished immediately by Slump, who actually is going to chuck off Molly and slow those players down even more. Take the clock away. Demon Hunter spots out one down there at mid. Can he may land the shot, though? It's getting dangerous as there's a second player peeking right now. They're trading peeks, and actually Chaos gets it from long A. So he's going to go down, but he's going to get traded out immediately by Rain Man, and suddenly it is all up to Rasta, who is going to die as soon as we switch to his view. Nothing Overly Gay. Keep 4 players alive, 2 rounds in a row, and a match pause is going to come out. Here's something we haven't seen for what I'm assuming is a tactical pause. We see obvious technical pauses almost every cast, but so often I'm like, guys, you just lost 4 or 5 rounds, and you haven't paused yet. Maybe it's time to take a timeout. Think about all the bad things that have gone on in the previous rounds. So this is it. Also a good round to do it on, as they finally have a full buy again. One thing to note is that Nothing Overly Gay did not pick up that second AWP. I don't know if they actually peeked back there over towards the B halls, but it was an option. Nafun and Demon Hunter, though, they have picked themselves up some AK they've managed to hold on to in the previous 2 rounds, so that'll make their lives a little bit easier. And Nafun, he's sitting on 10k right now, so he could lose this if he wanted to, and you know what, on this kind of a round, I'd like to see some aggressive play. Besides Rain Man, who, I'm going to tell you again, he's going to do this every single round until you punish it. Look at this, get the shoulder peek, get the info, and then suddenly, oh look, 5-man stack on B side by Favela Cartel. And you wonder why these guys are 4-3 when Nothing Overly Gay is 6-0. Not fun, a little bit late on that molly, but he does hit that frag as the second one, and almost the third, but Rain Man stole from him. He does pick up his third immediately, though, and a flurry of kills ends that round so quickly. Makes me wonder what exactly was talked about. I think they were all flipping coins and running the odds on which bomb site do we just rush. That was painful to watch. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, though. Not fun. Yeah, he's been doing work. 15 kills in round number 12. Damn decent play from him. He did go down, though, so he's going to be relegated to just an M4. Look at Rain Man peeks again. Gets the info, sees the 5-man stack. Rotation's coming in already. Rain Man doesn't even need the backup. He's got 3 kills already. Andrew is going to finally put him down, though, and there's no weapon even picked up. Oh god, Andrew gets tagged down. Slump gets put down by the AWP as Slump, and Andrew, it's all on your shoulders now. 1v4, does get a kill. Can pick up an AW, never mind. He will be picking up nothing except for a death certificate as they go into the 13th round, and nothing overly gay. They're running away with it now. And this has got to be completely disheartening to a team like Favela Cartel, who, well, honestly, your name's Favela Cartel. I'd imagine you would be a little defeated anyways. Full AK buy, though, going into the 13th round. Full utility. Can you do anything besides a full stack? And yes, look at that. They actually do look for it now. But Rain Man, this time, he's actually showing up mid with an AWP. So, you know what? You had the right idea, Favela Cartel. You looked for the peak that he's been doing every round now. But he did it with an AWP. And punished you for, you know, trying to be insightful. Electric, though, he's going to pick up the AK. And throw some smokes down, throw some flashes down. They're going to pile in their drop down. You know what? Russian B didn't work, Russian A didn't work. Maybe Russian drop down will work. Right, guys? Right? No, not quite. Andrew does pick himself up a single frag, but he has the bomb. Molotov is going to come in and burn his little tootsies now as he peeks through a window, gets a second frag. This is actually more than I imagined he'd get at all. Garbage can tapping wildly, can't get the kill, but they back off. They're kind of showing too much aggression to get this one player who, you know, guys, he can't boost himself out of there. He's not going to climb up drop. You can kind of just wait for him to make a move, because he has a whole minute to sit there and wonder about his life goals, as he has half health, a little bit of utility, and death. Nothing overly gay. I think they were just getting a little too confident with, like, well, I mean, obviously the pass was at 7 rounds won. Getting a little confident, and they have money to spare, so going in there to try and kill him quickly and end the round as fast as possible, it's forgivable, but at the same time it's silly. Who knows, maybe they have something to do and they want to end this as quick as possible. Favela Cartel, 1 AK purchased up on Electric, Tech 9s across the board for the rest of the players, and Prototype flashing himself, running through a molly. Actually, so is the player behind him, and I mean, NACS. This is all I can say. I don't even know. I can't handle this. Somehow it's working too, which is even worse. Running in full blind through a molly, 3 players took themselves down to almost death, and somehow it's now a 1v2 for Rain Man. He's shown some decent use of this AWP, so let's see what he can do with this. It's got some utility. He's got to defuse a kit. It's 1v2. One of those players has 4 HP. If he could just pick up a rifle, he'd be doing great. It does have a molly to actually push that player out of chicken coop, and unscopes at a very interesting time, and gets flashed, naded, and killed. I'm just gonna pretend that round's never happened. That was so messy. So messy. However, Favela Cartel, they do pick themselves up around for the first in 8. They're going to narrow this gap ever so slightly as we go into the last round of the half. Let's see if Favela Cartel did make themselves enough money to get a full buy here. And double AWP purchased by nothing overly gay. And hey, look at this. Rain Man yet again going up mid. Is anyone going to be able to punish it, though? I guess that nade is, and that'll take him down to 99 HP. We'll back him up ever so slightly. At least it tells him that, you know, they expect this. Garbage can, he actually, I thought he was going to go play over there in danger, but he does just jump up over the smoke, gets a little bit of intel. Sees some players headed that way, so nothing overly gay. Rotated properly, 1 player is holding over by connector. Rain Man holding up close to this AWP. As some noise is made by Favela Cartel, 1 player has dropped down. Demon Hunter is the one holding up close, and I believe it's Nafun on the other side of that. It looked like he was going to go get aggressive, but he thought better of it. Demon Hunter actually peeks connector window and puts down prototype. Electric is going to answer it right back, though. It's going to make this slightly easier, as he could get in connector right now, but there are two players, one holding by door. And the auto director, please. Electric gets a second frag. Good stuff on him. Garbage Can, he's got this flank and the flash. Gets two players in a row, flicks over, gets the third. Suddenly, Garbage Can, IRL, you might be trash, but you just saved your team the round, or so it seems. As Electric, he's got a 1v2. Bomb is not in his hands, and he has 12 HP. What can he do with this? Did he spot the player right there? I'm not certain if he did. Slump, watching danger, Garbage Can. Up close, he should be close enough to hear this. The bomb is picked up. But Electric. This be the Oh! Bogdan's Law! It happened, folks. Throws the AWP over to Garbage Can, immediately loses it. And now, Electric has 8 seconds to tuck himself away safely behind the hut, plants the bomb, and if he can play this safely... Oh my god! Nearly gets roasted immediately by the Molotov, has to jump off a plat, and Slump seems to have a good read on that, so he immediately put a quick spray down. That'll give Nothing Overly Gay their 11th round. That half. That is a solid CT side, on what is primarily thought of as a terrorist-sided map. But good try, NT's in chat for Electric. That was a good little hustle right there. If I were the Favela Cartel, I would kind of milk this halftime for all I could. Really talk about what went wrong there, really try and set up a decent strategy, figure out what player is most comfortable on which site, as I believe this is their first cobblestone of the week. Some teams play it twice, some teams play it once, I'm not exactly certain on that. Apparently I had turned chat back on. Let's just do that. Make that go away. What's up, Roy? In chat. Yeah, I always keep that off because sometimes the banter, it's just a little too spicy. Sometimes the memes aren't dank, they almost reach levels of putrid. Anyways, halftime, it's going to be pretty fast. And Favela Cartel, they buy themselves up a decoy. Good purchase, strong investment, and a P250 and a 5.7 to boot. Oh wait, no, so that's a P2K and one P250. Over on the terrorist side, though, we have one decoy, three decoys, and all armor. And these decoys are going to be spent down, drop down. Two players are holding there right now. Prototype gets opening frag, but Demon Hunter follows it up quite quickly. Chaos spots the player out, is actually slow to shoot. He only had 2 bullets, which is why. So it's actually going to let the bomb rotate over through long A right now. And the boost is going to come up. Rain Man gets the kill over behind fence. And Chaos is expecting 2 or 3 players to pop through right now. There's only one there. No fun Not Fun comes in. Couldn't quite get the frag. Chaos is going to put him down, but bomb is already planted for Nothing Overly Gay. Over on the A side, and suddenly Favela Cartels, their heads are spinning. They're like, we gotta rotate quickly. One player holding up close, but Garbage Can goes down to Andrew's USP. Completely forgot the name of that weapon for a split second. It's been a long day. But Demon Hunter, he's got this little mid-play. It's actually going to work out perfectly as Rain Man was distracting for him, but the bomb is actually being defused right now! Oh my god, they threw down the smoke, Electric held them off, took a little bit of the damage and put down 2 players, and Favela Cartel hold themselves in it. Auto Director kind of failed me right there. I didn't even hear the click go through as I was too far away, but... in a round I thought they certainly had. Nothing Overly Gay, let it slip through their fingers. But they're going to force by some upgraded pistols, 4 flashbangs on 2 players, interestingly enough. We'll see how this one works out. Looks like a fast B hit, and Favela Cartel have a good guess on this one, because they've stacked 4 players up here. Nade's going to come in, chunk up 2 players. Andrew's full blind, though, and lucky for him, the other player was as well. He almost went down, but Andrew does get himself a frag in the end. Answered back by Demon Hunter, and answered back by Chaos. Actually, make that double with that SMG. He's going to make a lot of money going to the next round. And Favela Cartel, they're only going to lose 1 player in that process, and pad their banks, pad their coffers with all those little SMG kills. Nothing Overly Gay. You got the bomb plant, so are you going to go with the early AK buy light utility? That is the question. Yes, is the answer to that question. Yes, they are. Yes, they can. Actually, no, that's full utility. What was I saying? Wait, no, I'm technically correct. They're missing one grenade. Technically correct. Prototype, he's going to head over towards drop. Or broken up. Definitely going to be dropped with that auto shotty. Looks like nothing overly gay. Going to play this one a bit slower. They've got 3 players holding over towards long. Interestingly enough, no one at mid. Really interesting, actually. Which is probably good as Chaos is there, and he's going to back off early. 2 players making some noise. One at drop down, one at B halls. That's going to draw one player slightly closer, but I think they're not falling for it, as Chaos did go back towards connector, but he does double back as well. I don't believe the bomb was spotted, but at least one player was spotted on long. And the 2 players of Nothing Overly Gay that were headed over towards B, they're going to rotate up mid right now, and it's going to be a very fast split push. Chaos is coming to join the fun, though, as is Electric. So it's going to be quite difficult. That Molly is in an interesting spot. There could be a player holding an AWP up there, but it's a little bit early in this half for that. I think that may have just been misthrown. I think it's actually meant to go over towards Heaven, where Chaos gets his first kill. Nafan answers it back, though, and Electric gets one as well. And we're just trading frags back and forth right now. And please, auto-director, I had that perfectly done. Frags traded left and right. Garbage Can puts it in a man advantage as he picks up 2 frags. Prototype, last player alive, is flashback only. Oh no, he has the AK. I think he may have just realized that or had to run out of bullets and was not looking at his view quick enough. But Nothing Overly Gay. They're going to bring themselves back in this first round of the half and 6 rounds in the lead. Favela Cartel, their money is not in the spot right now to force buy into this, but apparently they had enough to give Andrew a swag 7 to go hold at Broken Wall? Yeah, looks like it. Because if you expect the enemy team on CT to have a eco round, why not rush B? And Andrew has a good read on that. Slump gets the first pick onto Electric. Jumping swag 7 does barely any damage onto anybody. No, Slump got damage from somebody else. Demon Hunter's going to get that frag. Slump thinks there's somebody over at Chicken Coop, but there is not. And if there was, would have been flushed up by now. Rain Man on the edge of that smoke. He's going to put down Prototype. Not fun. Spraying down doors, and these players, they have no armor, and they're getting pulled right down. It's all up to Roston. This 5-7 against 5 players. Does he have a miracle in his hand? No, he does not. He has bullets in his hands and face and chesticle region. Nothing Overly Gay extend their lead by 1 more round, and its time is slipping away for Favela Cartel. They could barely force into this, and it does look like they're going to, because if they didn't hear... Wait, no. Okay, for a second I thought they were only buying 1 rifle and was going to play around that, and I would throw an absolute fit if that were the case, which we see sometimes in ESEA Open. But no, UMP's purchased a FAMAS and 2 M4s in Favela Cartel's hands. That'll make this slightly more doable, but, guys, did you not know your spots? Because, all 5 players are on the B side. Auto-director, please, God. All 5 players got into sight immediately. 2 opening kills before 2 were answered back. Garbage Can did go down to low HP, but Favela Cartel, they were holding like they were positioning for a drop rush or something. I'm just confused. For the 3rd, 4th time this round. Not this round. This half. This game. I have many questions for these guys. But I assume they're not going to be answered. Chaos gets dinged down to 5 HP, but he does take Garbage Can down as well. Rain Man is down to 7 as well, but he ekes out from from Chicken Coop. And it's going to be a 5 versus 7 HP take as that nade comes through. It's ticking away. The smoke is going to come down. Rain Man only needs to land 1 bullet, and that he does to bring them to 14 rounds. Things are starting to look dire, but the loss bonus is accruing for Favela Cartel, so they could keep forcing into this and play for overtime, or they can just maybe YOLO, I don't know, P255-7 rush up mid, something crazy, and then just try and play for overtime. It does look like Rasta is going to do that sole UMP purchase and leave himself with literally no money, so I'm guessing there's a little tilt here. Let's see what he's going to do with it, though. Rasta holding over there by Danger all alone. He's actually in prime position for this. I'm going to stand the Rasta camp for the time being, as he is going to get this flank, and the players are just too far away. Can't do anything with it. Waited just a little bit too long. Nafan picks himself up too. Chaos transfers it back, and, well, Nothing Overly Gay. players. There's nothing overly bad about their play. That's as good as I can do with that. They're on match point. Favela Cartel. They have full loss bonus now, so they finally get an AWP back in the hands of Prototype. And decent weaponry around the other side, except for Rasta, who's suffering with the UMP, but it's not a half-bad weapon. He was in a prime position in the last round, but they went a little bit too fast up-ramped for him to make much use of it. Rasta's going to smoke off, drop down, and this entire team of Nothing Overly Gay, they're going to throw out a couple smokes. I think that might actually be the wall of smokes. And they're going to pile on in here. Andrew gets the first kill on them, but Rayman answers it back immediately. A little bit of inaction by Demon Hunter there as he's wondering where to go, and Chaos and Rasta both pick themselves up a frag. Rasta's pushing through the smoke right now, manages to get a kill with it, jumps up trying to get Demon Hunter, but Demon Hunter is going to get this. Bomb has been dropped. There are 3 players versus the 1. We're going to be on the Demon Hunter cam auto director. I'm done with you. All you do is betray me. These players stacked up and almost the snake formation that VP would use, just right on top of each other. And first player that spots him puts him down, so Favela Cartel, they're going to hold themselves in this ever so slightly. But Nothing Overly Gay, they have money for days. Or at least this round. They will get reset if they lose this round. Rainman has 5k though, you could drop over some pistols or something like that if they lose, but still on match points. And looks like they're going to do more of a split push. One player up towards drop, one player making noise at B, while the rest of these players are piling over towards long, and they have been spotted. Prototype did get the information, but he lost 66 HP for his troubles. We'll take a look at where he is hiding right now. He's actually hiding with a pistol in the smoke. In danger? And back? Okay, he's going to back away from that. He's going to go push himself up towards mid, where there is a player trying to bang something out through doors. That's Demon Hunter. But he's going to go join the other 2 players over there at long. Nope, maybe not. I speaketh too soon. Nothing Overly Gay. Really trying to sell this as a fake, I guess, at this point, as the bomb is rotating through Dragon Lore, and not fun. Holding B Hall. Nobody is peeking him at the moment. There is one player holding at behind Fountain and one player holding at Drop. But nobody is there quite yet. And actually, it looks like this fake has worked as Chaos is rotated over. But they are, you know, it's been long enough since you've seen a player peek that, yeah, Andrew and Chaos both rotate back over. The flashbangs are going to come out from Nothing Overly Gay. Grenade comes out, does a bit of chip damage. Chaos shoots his teammate in the back, but does get the assist on Not Fun. Garbage Can answers it right back, though. Electric is going to push up through that smoke. What can he do with this? Gets a kill before Demon Hunter puts him right back down. And suddenly, bomb is dropped. 20 seconds left to run. Rainman and Slum suddenly get 2 frags out of nowhere. Slum was actually back on connector, flanking this. Excellent timing. They need to peek him at the same time, and they do. Nothing Overly Gay. They're going to win this 16-4. I believe. Was it 4? I don't know. That was a whole 30 seconds ago. I can't remember that far back. I know I say this every day, but it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Yeah, I don't know. That's all for me. I might be back a bit later as a Neckbeard Gaming play at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time tonight, and I had agreed to cast that, I think. No, it's on my schedule, so that might happen. Unless you're watching the VOD, and then well, you'll find out if there's a VOD after this. So, thank you everybody. I will be back later, possibly, maybe. Signing off!